like this, isn't it? So what happens is that you press together the lines right here on the face, so these muscles contract, pull the skin together, and you get this crease here. So what do you want to do? You always want to separate the lines from each other the way how they were made. Just like a piece of paper. You have a paper that you fold, you're going to have a crease. In order to make it flat again, you're going to want to unfold it the exact opposite direction to make it flat again, isn't it? So what you want to do is do the exact opposite move than the way how the line was made. So the line was made like this, I will massage like this. Does it make sense, guys? So what you do is you dig into the muscles and separate them from each other. I have so much slip on her face, there is no way to stretch her skin. I'm massaging her muscles underneath, never her skin. I massage her muscles beneath her face. Make sense? So what you do is you work straight into this, and I'm practically not on her face, I'm like in her face. In her face. Okay, make sense? So what you do is you dig in and separate apart. Dig in and massage this apart. When you run the finger across the eyebrows, you can feel those little lumps. These little lumps are the ones that actually create like these little muscles that get created here to pull these muscles together, just like a shoulder massage. And when you separate all the like on the shoulder, when you separate every little muscle from each other, it's exactly the same way. You want to get every one of these lines apart. Then I use the heel of the hand, and look at the way I hold her face. You see this? Like I grab her face, every one of these points are all pressure points. So like right here, temple, right here, right here, right here. You grab the whole face. I press down in between her forehead, and I hold the face just like this. That always creates a safety and a sensation of safety and security. Like a sense of safety and security for the client. A false sense of safety and security for the client. Okay? So then as you hold her, you push all the way up on her beautiful head, and then I relax. I'm using this nice mushy part of your hand. Press down, push all the way up to the top of her forehead. Push all the way up and take all the tension out of her face. Push all the way up and come around. Push all the way up and then come around. Then what you do is that horizontal lines are made like this, isn't it? So what you want to do, you want to massage them the exact opposite way. So what I do is I come to the side, and then I massage one by one with my, like in a V shape, like one by one, every one of these lines. So I go through, if there is like 4 lines or 2 or 1, I go through each one of them, take a minute or 2 by line, and I go from temple to temple, and then I totally separate each one of them. Press the product into them, and then really work it apart. Work every one of these lines apart. You could see the change like on the face almost instantly as you're doing that. That's absolutely amazing as well. So then, what you do is that cheek muscles. Cheek muscles. Do you remember what I said? When this droops down here, you get a jawline. And then if she would be sitting up and if this cheek muscles droop, what's going to happen? You're going to all of a sudden get a line straight across wherever her smile lines are. So like right here. So like right here, you will get all these lines. Make sense? So when you're using that, what you want to do is you always want to lift up this cheek and massage all the way to the ears. So pick up the muscles, roll to the ears. Pick it up and roll. Pick it up and roll. Pick it up and roll towards the ears. Pick it up and roll. While I'm doing this, I also do a lymph drainage for her because I always want to push it towards the ears because I want to drain down from the ears. So go all the way to the ears and go drain down on the neck. Go all the way to the ears, drain down on the neck. Go all the way to the ears, drain down on the neck. If you don't do that, sometimes it could cause a little bit of a puffy face. When you do all that massaging, people can get a little puffy from it. Like me, like I have the tendency for getting like puffy when you get like tired, like Elvis in the late days, like the Buffy Elvis on the road. So I have that really wide face. Then if you have somebody like, the skinny, so for me, it's a really good thing to do lymph drainage because it makes your face look more narrow. Make sense? Then you get the opposite. Like if you get somebody who's like the skinny, long face, like Celine Dion, okay, like the horsey face. Okay, so what will happen is that in that case, like you would want to leave it like a little bit more because it makes the face look fuller. Make sense? So people look healthier and they have the pretty sunken, long massage in and up. Okay, so inwards and upwards. So you massage all the way up and in and up, in and up. So when you do this, that's absolutely amazing as well, because you could actually see the difference between the two eyes. Now with the new collection that what we have, that retinol alternative, and all that, we have an eye product as well that's specific for those people who have those really long crow's feet. You know when the people smile, and they have those really long ones, and when they smile and the wrinkles go around their head and come back around and loop one more time, okay? So if you have that, that's perfect. It's really good for those leather faces, you know, the ones who've been like on the sun all their life, you know, the type, like, you know, when they come to the spa and you want to compliment her on her alligator shoes and she's actually barefoot, like, you know, those are the type of lines that works perfectly fine. Make sense? So that's how you boogie. Then, what's really important, forehead lines on the forehead are going to come not only from lifting the eyebrows, but also from your scalp muscles getting droopy on your face. What do I mean? Well, if you pull somebody's head and you pull it forward, you can see all of these lines here, isn't it? Then you pull somebody's head and you pull it back, you could totally see that it is gone. Am I right? Like, you know, so what just happens? They're very simple. These muscles up here get loose. If they get loose, you'll have extra skin hanging over your forehead. And when that happens, you're going to get wrinkles, okay? Typical thing that estheticians do, you always ignore the scalp, which is a big problem because you shouldn't. Like, you know, so this is what's going to happen. You typical estheticians, if you do a scalp massage, you do it like this, isn't it? Like, you know, 8 fingers down here, 2 up here. That's not a good move because what happens with this way, you only have 2 fingers here and 8 here, and this is where you want the action to be done on the side. So what you could do is you could actually face her, and then what I love to do is I always love to lay her pretty head on my arm, and then what you do is you massage the whole head just like this, so you can massage the whole top of the scalp, and that feels really, really, really good. And then you massage the other side of the scalp, and that feels really, really good as well. And then you could use both hands and do a lovely, lovely, lovely massage just like that. Make sense? Now, then the other thing that is absolutely amazing is how do you get under her? Like you guys remember how you guys see how I get under? Like it's so easy. Like, you know. So let me show you guys how you could get under her. So well, first of all, you buy her some drinks and organization. And then what you do is how do you get under her all the way back? Very, very simple. Okay? Number one, what you want to do is never try to shove both your hands underneath of somebody's back at the same time, because there's no way you could do that. Even me who's relatively strong, I can't do that. Now it's very important. Also, shouldn't have all this fluffy, this spongy stuff on the bed. Many times people are like, oh my god, it's so nice and comfy. You know, you put those like fur and whatever on the bed. I'm like, seriously, like, you know, she will sink into it. Super hard to lift her out of it. So how do you get under her? You lift with one hand, slip your other hand under, lift with one hand, slip the other hand under, and you go one by one under her back. Then you put one hand into a fist, and you massage with the other hand besides your fist. Make sense? So as you do this, the fist is actually never moves, and it's actually going to be tilted off the whole bed, so you get underneath of her. Now, my right hand is in a fist, and my left hand is the only one that works. So you go all the way under her, and you come all the way back up. You go all the way underneath of her, and you go all the way back up. You see my right arm does not move at all. Okay? Now, what you're going to do is you switch hands. Now my left hand stays stationary, and then you go with the right hand.